And what is this goofy topic, Harish?
Yeah, on any given day, this will be the serious topic. But today
Yeah.
it's been relegated to goofiness.
Yes.
And the person being relegated from the serious topic, being dethroned by Jocelyn Chia, is
Yeah.
Tharman Shanmugaratnam. Because
Yes.
I believe it was yesterday that he announced that amidst all the discussions about the upcoming presidential election and Halima stepping down, he announced that he's going to be running for president.
Yes.
And that with it
Yes.
over the next month, he's going to be stepping down from the shit ton of posts that he has in the civil service in Singapore and various boards and companies abroad to run for president. Now, Terence, this is anything that if I asked you a week ago, there would have been something that you were hoping for, thinking about, or even seeing as being remotely possible.
It was quite a shock, to be honest. And the reason why I'm totally cool with this being a goofy topic is I think because collectively in Singapore, it's almost like everyone was just so shocked. Whether you're a PAP supporter or opposition supporter, it just caught everyone by surprise. Like the rug was pulled underneath you. That it was just so hilarious suddenly to see everyone like, oh my god, like it's going to be a walkover already, lah. Basically.
Why you say it's hilarious? Why is it hilarious?
Yeah, because it was just. I mean, the responses in my, some of the WhatsApp chat groups I'm in, are like, the things that people are just like, yeah, it's over, 完了, no more presidential election. It's going to be walkover, no challenge. Yeah, okay, thanks Tharman for taking one for the team, and yeah, let's move on from this debate about who's going to be the next president already, lah. Because it's just so, I think he's such he is a very popular politician, very, very well respected. People for many, many years were pining for him to be, prime minister. And for him to like suddenly step out and say, I'm going to run for president, just came as a very big shock. I guess a very pleasant shock for a lot of people. So that's why I found it like quite funny, the whole thing yesterday, the chain of events. How about you? Well, what about it surprised you?
I mean, I also was shocked because for the past year plus or so, even though he holds a shit ton of positions, and when I say a shit ton of positions, he holds a lot. So basically, he's senior minister and coordinating minister for social policies. He's one of the ministers for the Jurong GRC. He's the chairman of the MAS, deputy chairman of GIC, chairman of EDB's International Advisory Council, and that's just locally lah. So when he announced it, I was like, wow, this guy really come out of nowhere and just announced something that is going to put him front and center in the country's eyes lah. And everything that we've been hearing or talking about or sensing is that, the past years, he's like, you know what? I think I've done what I need to do. It's like, Messi going to Inter Miami or Ronaldo going to Saudi Arabia. Tharman is like, okay lah, I think I'm good lah. I'm good. Then suddenly come out, say president, and I had the exact same thing as you. The past few weeks we were hearing, some of the opposition parties want to, form an alliance for next year's elections. The PAP has been taking some missteps. The opposition feels like, okay, getting more influence. And the last presidential election also, Tan Cheng Bock wanted to run, right? But he was disqualified. So the president position always feels like it is a possible place for someone from the opposition to come in. Then when I see Tharman, it's almost like the PAP pulled out this fucking big ass machine gun. He's like, you come. Okay, their biggest gun, which they haven't touched for damn long, they just bring it out. They're like, okay, come, y'all, come. Who want to fight? Because like you, I can't imagine anyone beating him lah.
But so that's the thing that I was thinking a lot about yesterday lah. Like if you were Tharman, right, you hold a lot of positions of power in very, very influential, very powerful institutions. You are very highly respected in the international community, and your name has been bandied around to head up, I don't know, World Bank, the IMF and a lot of institutions like that, right? And then now and for years you've maintained that you're not interested in becoming prime minister. you're interested in being a policymaker, but you're not interested in the position that comes with being the prime minister, right? The position of authority and of everyone looking up to you, right? So to suddenly step back from all that, essentially retire from all these roles, right? And he's still 66, so objectively there are politicians who've gone way beyond 70 or so, right? So he's only still 66. Like, why is he taking a step back from all these very powerful executive roles and taking up one that is much more ceremonial and much less about policy making, right? Why do you think he's decided to do that? Like, you think it was just basically the PAP saying, yeah, we need you to do this, and him like going, okay.
I got two theories.
Okay.
The first one I think is because Singapore is at a tricky time. People are getting more annoyed than ever at the incumbent, so PAP. Because people is feeling the heat, the prices, the HDB, the living cost, then like kerfuffles like ride out. Just like what is going on? And there's also more civil discord, like racial or discrimination or gender and whatnot. And it feels like we are at unstable times or entering unstable times. So the one person who feels like he can unite every side of Singapore in a position that is still very public and public facing, it felt like, okay, he is the person to do it. And it might be his own realization that, you know what, this is what I've been building up for. Or maybe it might be PP saying, yo, we need someone to bring everyone together. We keep pissing people off and all, and then in the room that everyone just slowly looks to Tharman and is like, fuck guys.
The slow hit turn.
The slow hit turn. Everyone just a slow hit turn to Tharman. They're like, hey bro, care or not, bro? Then he's like, okay, fine. So that's one theory. The second theory is maybe he really wanted to be PM. Maybe he really wanted to be PM, and then he's like, you know what? You all always say Indian person cannot be PM. Fuck this shit, okay? Now this position is open. I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to take it. You can't stop me. You can't stop me, and I'm going to apply.
Because
so those are my two theories.
You're sort of saying that because the Prime Minister role in Singapore is actually, you have to be a member of parliament of the ruling party. But then it's the party that selects you, right? It's not the public that votes you in. Whereas president is, you're voted in by the people, directly by the people, right? So there is a bit of a difference there.